Let's talk. Let's talk heavy. Let's talk some deep shit. Let's talk about ownership. Let's talk about what it means to be your own boss and how to operate when you have complete autonomy and freedom over your schedule. See, most people never get to this level of freedom that I currently have. The grand majority of people, they have it, but they never actually use it and try to utilize it as a tool. And so one of the things I'm realizing about having full autonomy and freedom about my life and schedule, where everything and all the onus is on me, is that you have to be your own critic, man. Every fucking day has to be maximum gain for yourself because you can't depend on a company or somebody else to take care of you. You can't depend on taking a day off and then your company's still going to pay you the same reward they would pay you if you went your hardest. And so when you kind of realize like, oh shit, like I only get rewarded for what I output into the universe, it flips a switch where you have to take ownership over your life. You have to take ownership over your autonomy and what you're going to do with this life. And so as I'm learning, as I'm growing as a business owner, and like I've been a business owner, but I've been a full-time business owner when I'm in the full-time business of Apex and all his endeavors. One of the things I really picked up on is you got to be on top of a lot of things and constantly putting volume out into the world. You got to be constantly playing, nonstop playing, 24 fucking 7. I was talking to my old boss and I was telling him, like, bro, like, how do you do it? Like, what is it, like, how does it mean to be the boss? He's like, oh, you're just getting started, young boy. He's like, don't even talk about, he's like, I'm like, how do you sleep? He's like, sleep. We sleep when we're fucking tired. We don't know that we're asleep. He's like, there's no sleep. He's like, you grind, you keep putting the work in. And like, the deals never stop. You got to keep fucking playing. That's what I'm starting to realize. Like, oh my God, every fucking day is a new pipeline deal. It's like, finish a job, new deal, 2 or 3 new deals. Like today, for the first time today, I had to turn down money. I had to tell somebody like, oh fuck, like it was a pretty sizable job. I would have made like a nice little $170 off it, and I fucked up and I told the person like, oh, I made a mistake. I double booked. And to be honest with you, I didn't double book. I just didn't want to go do a third. I didn't want to do a 5th job on the day. I was already fucking satisfied with my outcome for the day. I didn't want to do a 5th job. And they're like, well, I'm mad. And I'm like, well, look, we can work tomorrow. We can do this. If you don't, it's whatever. And the person's like, well, I'm just not going to respond. And guess what? I got hit up 3 more times with 3 more jobs. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's so much. Every day, I got to stay on top of this thing. And then, like, as you're finishing jobs, as you're taking on jobs, new jobs are coming in. New information you got to start taking. I got to study for another job. Study for an outsource. Start studying for it. It's just like you start to realize, oh my God, this thing really piles up very quickly. And you start to realize you have to hire people. Like, if you want to have a business where you don't go fucking crazy, you have to hire people. And that's the insane thing that I'm getting at right now is like, as much as I want to be a one-man wrecking show, as much as I love TV mountings, this thing's going to grow a lot quicker. And just like my entire, like, all my shit, it's going to grow a lot quicker than I expected to grow. And this is what's going to happen to you is like, as a person, when you start to operate in freedom, what you realize is there's so limited competition, so few people doing what you're doing, you're going to grow way quicker than you think you are. And this is where your character and your work ethic and your thinking capacity and your vision comes into play. Because there's more work out there than there is people to do the work. Believe that. People are, listen, you go into any neighborhood, if you can figure out how to just take over a neighborhood, like a 1 mile square foot neighborhood, you'd be working for the rest of your fucking life and still never be able to get out of work. Like, you would literally have to be turning down jobs in the neighborhood. And that's just a neighborhood. I live in the city of Austin. Every day, I'm getting 4 or 5 leads coming in my door. I might close 3 of them. And then I still got other responsibilities. I got to come out on YouTube and talk to the people. I got to work out, train, keep myself in shape. I got other endeavors. I got kids I got to try to help. There's a lot of things going on that I got to stay on top of. And you start to realize, holy shit. Like, this is what it means to be a business owner. Like, this is why most people don't start a business. I understand now. People, and this is one of the funny things about life. You start learning about once you start to take the autonomy of your life, and you really sit back and look and analyze things. Now I understand why business owners are such the way they are. And like why you take your time so seriously, why you're just not going to meet and talk with people out of nowhere and just blow conversations and waste conversations. Because you start to realize, I don't have time. I seriously don't. It's 9:40 right now. I started my day at 7 o'clock. I just got home. From 7 o'clock to fucking 2 o'clock, I was putting up a ceiling fan, finishing up a ceiling fan job. From 2 o'clock to about 6 o'clock, I was working with the babies, working with the youth, trying to help these little niggas build houses. And from 6 o'clock to just now, well, actually, I take that back, to about 8 o'clock, I was mounting televisions. And at the very end of the day, 9 o'clock, I finally got a chance to eat, get down. And you know what I'm doing with my last rest moment? I'm coming and talking to people on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. You got to understand. If you want this life and you're really about developing yourself and become the best version of you and really building yourself into somebody that's worth a damn, it's not really so much the stress of survival, it's the stress of maintaining like your growth rate. Like you have to try to throttle your own growth, which is going to be very difficult. Because if you grow too fast, it's like a baby when you're growing up, you're going to start getting growing pains. Those growing pains are going to hurt really bad. Especially the more you're growing, the faster you grow. So you want to kind of almost slow play it. Like that's one of the things I'm realizing, like, holy damn, like I didn't expect this to be this successful. Because one of the things you start to realize as a business owner is you're getting a new business and then you're going to repeat clients. And then you got referrals. So your new business comes in, you gotta treat them well. They're just knowing you. You gotta go through the whole hocus spiel. You got people that you've been knowing, been working with several different jobs that like to bring you back, and then you got people that those people know that they want to bring you into their little fray. And so you gotta manage all these different relationships. Dude, it's so insane. I look at my phone now. Like my phone used to be dry. My phone was so dry a year ago. My phone now won't stop fucking ringing every goddamn day. Every day text messages. New lead, new lead, new lead. Oh, can you help do this job? Oh, I need to talk to you this, blah, blah, blah. It never fucking stops. I got to get a second line. I understand why business owners have a second line now. It's amazing. So I say all this to say is, as you begin to develop and you begin to grow, you're going to grow much quicker than you really anticipate. Because if you're truly a savage, you're truly out there getting, you're really working hard to hustle, there's so few of you guys out there in the world. And since there's so few of you guys out there in the world, you're going to be dependent upon. And you got to be able to depend on yourself to stay in shape and keep yourself in order and not lose your mind in this crazy game called business. But anyway, I wanted to say all I have to say is, accountability and just taking ownership of your life. Because once you get into this business, you realize your business it's just a reflection of you. Whatever you do in your everyday life, the way you behave, the way you go about interaction with people, that's what's going to reflect upon your business. Because business is a sport of people. That's all it is. It's a people sport. You go in there, you're meeting people, you talk to them, you figure out how to help them out as quickly and efficiently as possible as you can, and you walk away with some dough. It's a people sport. So how you are as a person is going to determine how you relate to other people with the transactions. So just put the work in on yourself and you'll get to where you need to be. But I appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully this inspires some young guy to try to figure out how to get a business on himself. And if you're looking for a new business start, I recommend you go into my Gumroad. I'm going to put the link in the bio. The Apex Sapien TV Mount God course. How to become a TV Mount God, handyman God, and go around making easy money. I'm telling you guys, I was broke. I was making $110 a day, maybe that. And now my average day is like $200, $300 sometimes. Today I just hit like $500. $500. It doesn't even faze me anymore because I've done it so many times. And I just look at it like, oh, okay, cool. I made some money. And that's the thing, man. Once you get to a certain level, you look at money differently. You don't look at money as this, oh my God, it's money. It's like, no, some days you're going to hit fucking licks. Some days you're going to be a little bit dry. It all evens out. It balances out according to the efforts you put into the world. And that's the way I look at it. My efforts in life is a reflection of what money I make in my bank account. So if I'm doing the right thing, and I don't even check my bank account, to be honest with you, anymore. The only time I check my bank account is just to go pay my rent. Outside of that, I'm just out here living. Not even thinking about it. Just collecting dough, keeping it moving. Check my PayPal. I'm like, oh shit, PayPal got like $150. When did this happen? Oh, sold some Gumroad courses. Oh, check the Zelle. Check the Venmo. Holy shit, there's $700 in there. Shit, I should probably deposit that. That's how you're gonna start living as a fucking business owner. Once you get over that little hump spot and you really start making dough and you start being efficient with what you're doing, you're going to start looking at money way differently. You're not going to look at money like as some great thing. It's just money. And that's a great message. Your ownership of your life determines the money in your life. And your money in your life determines how much ownership you have over your life. Equivalent exchange. Gang.